Hey guys, welcome back to another week of FetchQuest. So, a little update. Recently, my computer decided to stop working, so having to call in. Also, won't be updating the map. Should just be for this week. Shouldn't extend any longer than that. But yeah, so tonight might end up being a shorter session purely because out of technical necessity. But moving on from that, I believe that Alika, you wanted to catch us up from last week.
I would love to. Last time, we successfully managed to detain Eric, who, as it turned out, was Kirk, a member of a shape-shifting race of creatures with an apparently limited supply, who have been awake and traveling the world after awakening in a lab, I believe 5 years ago, according to Kirk at least. Um, got a lot of answers from him. Seems that he knows a little bit about Velirine, more than we knew at least. He can translate some of the texts that lie on some of the ruins, which are pictogram-esque, and said that there was a means for which to find the answers we were looking for through the strange mirror, along with having some rather disparaging things to say about the martyr and a few other choice names. Apparently some ingrained response from whatever created them. After traveling back to the mirror and doing some testing, we discovered that Damokos' orb is a key of sorts to this mirror, in which Kara and Damokos closed themselves in the room. Got to see all the bright lights, which highlighted names, various names that had been crossed out or damaged, save two. Hyraxis, I believe, was one of the names. It could be wrong about that. I think you might have been wrong about that. But the martyr and Hyraxis, I think, were two of the names present. And Theobrin, sorry. Curis and Theobrin were the two names that were legible within this area before a ever-present darkness grew and threatened to consume both Kara and Damokos through the mirror without us, but we put a stop to that, and then decided that if we're going to go through this mirror, we should all go together. And so we have, with Damokos opening up the mirror by saying the destination Crossroads, and he hearing an almost pleasant song as we all step through and experience freezing cold during our transit into this almost smoke-like tendrils that make up this mirror gateway thing.
Love it. I do have him a note to make. Everyone was hearing the almost beautiful music
Ah,
that was playing as you guys are stepping into the portal.
got it.
When the music starts to reach its peak, the voice cracks, and you step through into a quite barren landscape. The structure obviously was once huge, but it is now just barren. There's a husk, just a floating, dark, barely lit orb hanging in the sky where the sun should be. Ash falls from the sky like snow. There is a pond, like a sort of almost pool of dark water in the midst of this stone structure, with an image of a woman hold her hands are over her eyes, and dark streams are coming out from under her eyes. There are many doors, and it seems to be this landscape seems to stretch on for a very long time. When you guys turn around to look behind you, the portal is still there with the dark tendrils kind of curling out.
So are we outside or are we inside?
It looks like this once was really more of an inside place, but almost like one of those gardens with the cover over it. So you're kind of like a mixture of inside and outside, like one of those. God, I'm forgetting the name of it. Closest thing I could think of is a gazebo, um, but huge.
Can we hear anything besides the? Has the singing continued or is it stopped?
The singing has stopped. Now all that's there is kind of like a monotonous moaning noise, like the wind whistling through an empty hallway. When you look around, oh, okay, sorry. When you look around, it shows a. So you guys are on a stone platform that seems to be hovering above the ground, and the ground below looks blighted and barren, almost lifeless.
I'm going to turn to what's his name? Fuck, I forgot his name already. Kirk.
Kirk.
And be like, so yeah. Oh, did your paintings or pictographs tell you anything about this?
No, all I saw was the crossroads. He starts to walk forwards on one side of the pool of water and starts looking down little alcoves. There are other mirrors down here. They look to be all chained up, though.
Can I look behind to see if our mirror is, if we came through it was chained up, or if it's free on this side?
It looks to be free. Just from a cursory glance, it doesn't look like there were ever chains around it, though.
Ah. Are there more knights attached to them?
I can't really tell. I mean, if there are, they'd be on the other side of the gateway then.
And I'm sorry, we've already said this probably, but the sun is not like clouded over or just obscured or anything. It looks like dead.
Yeah, it looks like the sun has almost completely burnt out. Like it's well beyond any stages of life giving. In fact, you guys are feeling no heat from the sun whatsoever.
I don't think this is the world we came from.
Good observation. Right. Well, you said there's more mirrors down in the water.
No, he gestured to the alcoves by the water. He hasn't gone near the water yet. Almost seems like he's purposely avoiding the water.
That's probably a good idea. Well, we have a key to go through these other mirrors, and it doesn't look like this floating platform goes anywhere. So, might as well check where we are, and then possibly go through another mirror. Unless anyone else has any better ideas.
Well, we should probably keep an eye out for, obviously, any writing.
Yes.
This place is called the Crossroads, so I can only assume those mirrors are, well, where they all meet up. But why this place, of all places?
You're asking questions to things that we definitely do not have the answers to. I just want to look around, do a quick, just once over everything, make sure there's nothing written or anything pointing towards something that we're just not seeing.
Cool. Yeah, absolutely. So go ahead and make a perception check, and I need everyone else to tell me what their passive is.
16.
Doing rolls. No, that's not it either.
11 is my passive.
It occurred to me he can't see the chat 11 also.
I don't know what I rolled. Hold on, I'm trying to
You
fix
rolled
the
an
rolls.
You rolled an
18.
18.
Okay, good.
Pretty good.
Hooray. I was trying to fix the rolls and
For someone whose passive is also an 11.
Gotcha. Excellent. So, Zan, you look around, and that's when you notice that Alexander has crept down from Kara's leg and is skittering towards the pool at a high speed.
I haven't seen you in weeks.
I thought you'd like it better that way.
I do, but now he's doing something, so I need to go chase after him.
You
You
might
get
be
one
wanting a
reaction.
bath.
What are you
I'm
trying
just-
to do?
Sorry, what was that?
You get one reaction.
I'm
He's
just
almost
following after him.
Cool. So you follow after him, and he kind of throws himself into the water. As he sinks, the water, when you get up close to it and look, it's not so dark that you can't see through it. It almost looks like the necromantic flames that Damokos had used on that shark that nearly killed everyone.
Mm-hmm.
But as the hand does shrink down, you do see a flash of red and black as the hand kind of scurries deeper and deeper into the pool before it disappears completely.
Kara,
Hmm.
your hand is dead.
He
What?
doesn't need to breathe, so I don't think he's
Well,
dead.
it wasn't that he could breathe, it more or less that he disappeared in a flaming violent light.
No, it wasn't like
No, that's red and
Black
black
is-
like Kirk.
yeah, it's more like red and black like Kirk.
Alright.
Does anybody have a rock?
Yes, I just carry around a rock.
Are there rocks nearby that I can pick? Otherwise, I'm gonna throw
So you
somebody
look-
in.
This place looks meticulously clean. I mean, besides all the dead plants that are just
wait.
around, it doesn't look like there are any rocks or anything like that.
Pull out a fucking dagger. I have a big
I'm gonna.
fucking
Can I go
dagger.
over towards the pool and try to get a sense of what it's like here for,
Hold on.
Yeah.
or at least just look and see what's inside of it?
Do you
Content.
want some light first?
So
Maybe.
okay, are you looking to see, like, try to figure out what it's for, or just trying to see what's inside?
Inside first, then I'm gonna try and figure out what it's for.
Cool. Throw an investigation check for me.
7.
It's a dark pool. There seems to be something about in the middle somewhere. Just like you see a quick gleam of something, but honestly, you can't really see that far into it.
Question. That statue of the woman with the stuff coming out of her eyes, is that like over the pool, or is it like a ways away and kind of the pool is just the center?
It's right at the right at the opposite side of this long rectangular pool. It seems to be that the water, or the black water, black ooze dripping out of her eyes, is going into the pool.
Ah. I want to see if this is like an altar or anything, and if so, to Yeah, I want to. This screams altar to me, so I'm going to try and figure that out. If this is like some sort of like religious place.
Yeah, sure. Make a religion check at disadvantage.
That makes sense. How low do I get? Not low. 17.
So it's a little hard to understand all the like pictographs and phrases that you can't quite read, but it does seem that whoever this is supposed to be the goddess of travels. Like this is an altar to her. Praying here seems to be bringing good luck or safety on a trip, but you're not quite sure.
Did I catch a name at all or no?
No, you unfortunately can't decipher the words enough.
I'll just convey to the other that this looks like some sort of altar to travelers, perhaps. Maybe some kind of shrine for good luck.
Does the black ooze look like desecration, or is it supposed to be like that?
Make a religion check.
Sure.
$14.
14. Yes. This is desecrated. Something is desecrated this altar.
Well, it's desecrated, if that helps, which it doesn't. I, being partially fluent in this language, do I understand the writing?
Yeah, sure. To get with the fluency, go ahead and make me an investigation check.
Of course.
6.
6. God, I keep forgetting.
With unfortunately, no. Just the phrasing of it seems to. First of all, the fact that it's just covered in writing is a bit daunting when you go up. So you kind of get a little overwhelmed with it over trying to find out what the name of this goddess is.
Kara, do you mind trying to read this writing? I'm having a bit of trouble.
I'm gonna drop a lighted dagger into the pool first to see if I can see where my boy goes, and then I'm gonna help them.
Cool. So you toss the dagger in, and the shadows almost. So when it goes in, the shadows seem to flinch away from it, and then kind of swarm around it, so that you don't really get much of a glimpse before the dagger seems to be swallowed entirely by the dark water. And in fact, the spot where you threw the dagger in seems a little bit darker than the other spots of the water for a minute before it disappears.
Troubling.
Creepy. Anyway, writing?
Yes.
Sure. So when you go up to the back of the statue to read, this is Mistra, the Evermother. She is supposed to be the goddess of home and travels, and this pool is supposed to be a reflecting pool, or one has a nice calm moment before traveling. This statue was erected by the Guardians to help protect them in the Crossroads. Although the word liar is carved multiple times in the bottom of this statue.
Huh. What? No, I can think of a reason why anyone would call a god a liar, but I'm gonna relay that information to the rest of them. All I got was the name and the Evermother. I got distracted.
Man, they must have been really pissed to carve it into a statue.
Possibly is what led to the desecration of it. And much to my... Well, I shouldn't say that. More, I believe that the desecration has made whatever this reflecting pool was supposed to be much worse, and probably shouldn't be touched unless you want to really, really find out, which apparently your hand did. Do you ever talk to your hand, or do you just sort of let him do whatever he wants?
Occasionally.
Well,
He's more of a song person than a speak.
that's annoying.
That is a little creepy, though, that it's darker. Part of me wants to know where the fuck he went, but I also don't want to get in that goo.
I would avoid it. If he's still alive, he'll find his way back, I assume.
Can you talk to it?
Less talk, more song, but yes.
Well, if you can somehow contact him, it'd probably be useful.
Yeah, I'm trying and get in contact with my hand, assuming he's still in range.
Cool. So you do for a moment make contact, and you hear a voice that sounds extremely familiar to your shape-shifting friend. Say, "Thank you," and then the connection is severed, and Alexander is no longer your familiar.
Oh. Well, maybe he did die. I didn't know that was a thing for organisms that cannot breathe.
Like I was saying, it was a very violent light that came sort of glowing out of him when he went down there, and
So you didn't hear anything back? Or was it just like screams and then just a gurgle?
He doesn't have a mouth. I don't know how he'd gurgle.
I mean,
but
are you speaking to him telepathically, or is he actually sending something into your head through his non-mouth?
It's an excellent question. I'm pretty sure it's telepathic.
Well, then...
Or it was.
It was telepathic, yeah.
Okay.
He said was, that means he's dead.
What am I going to do with this now?
I do want to just remind you, he did say thank you before the connection.
I'm not telling them that.
Okay. Fair.
Well, I mean, you went almost 50 episodes with him maybe only appearing in about 5, so...
He's been living in a little desk alcove on top of my mushroom vacuum.
Alright. Well,
we now know, don't go in the pool.
That yes. Very much so. Like I was saying before,
I thought it might have just been a visual thing, but apparently not.
I would like to undesecrate this statue if possible, because it doesn't seem right.
Do you guys see that? Your friend is next to you. He's pointing into the pool, sort of towards the middle. You guys can all make a perception check with advantage.
Sure. I got a 19.
Haha, 20.
21.
God damn it! Stop. Good.
Domicos, what did you get?
You got 15.
15.
Okay, so everyone except for Domicos. When you look in, very faintly, like almost sitting below this level of dark water, there seems to be a tiny little amount of just vibrant blue. And sitting inside of that seems to be a suit of armor. But it looks to be about 30 feet down and about 25 feet from where you guys are.
I didn't quite catch that last part about what's sitting in the blue.
It looks to be a suit of armor.
Oh.
with an eagle carved into the chest, with the crown of Velirine sitting on the stomach.
I do, but is there a way for us to get that out without it killing us, like it killed that hand?
What hand?
Well, you didn't see, but Kara used to have a disembodied hand as a pet for some reason, and it just crawled into the water while you weren't paying attention, and now it is dead.
I'm sorry, it was a disembodied hand that
Yes.
moved on.
Yes.
Oh. Weird.
You're not wrong. I still have many questions about it that were never answered.
Good boy. This will probably make Samantha happy, though. Anyway, I have Dimension Door.
Well,
I don't
we'll still
have...
be in the water after that, so it doesn't really help us.
I can cast it more than once.
Well, unless you're somehow going to Dimension Door down, grab this very heavy piece of equipment, and then quickly Dimension Door back up without any effects somehow, it's probably not a good idea.
I mean, I could try and swim it, but yeah.
That would take longer than Dimension Door.
Do you have like a thing that could pull me out?
I mean, I also have this hood now. I could swim 60 feet very quickly. But I am afraid of what effects swimming into this ink ichor could do to me, since it instantly killed your pet.
Hey, I have a weird question, and
I might have a weird answer.
Joven has met this character before, so I might have been able to ask this. The Cheshire Knight, did his armor have an eagle on it?
The Cheshire Knight's armor did not.
Okay.
Oh, didn't that, fuck. No, this is Velirine armor, so never mind. This was a different guy. I think. That weird, I'm thinking the assassin that had the dinosaurs.
No, that was a different dude.
Okay, that's what I
That
thought.
was from The Long Hunt.
Yeah.
Oh,
okay, yeah. Does it look similar to that eagle? Because I know it was an eagle.
It does look similar to that eagle, but in the way that shapes from a far away look alike, you'd have to get closer examination. I mean, if you'd like to try and swim to it.
Good one.
If one person goes in, we could tie a rope on him and then pull him up.
Well, I would like to avoid anyone touching any of this water if possible.
Actually, that might be an interesting idea.
I could try this now that I have this magical ability. Would I be able to do an Arcana check to see if this is some sort of a curse on this water before I do this, though?
Yes. Go ahead and make... Actually, because it'd be... No, go ahead and make an Arcana check.
Sure.
Has
Hey,
the water-
Damakos, or Kara, you're good at Arcana. Would you like to help me with this?
Sure.
Or perhaps roll it yourself and I'll help you, because I have a +1.
I have +8.
Okay, please do that, and I will assist you.
I'm just looking at the water. I'm not.
Hey, wait, straight roll or advantage?
Advantage,
Go
because
ahead
I'm
with
helping you.
advantage, 'cause it's helping.
Okay. Well,
That's much better than
16.
I would have rolled.
So, you don't know. This is clearly very powerful. If this is a curse, this is very powerful magic. This is not something that's done easily, and the fact that it has persisted for who knows how long, since presumably Velirine, we can assume, fell, it is a very powerful spell indeed. To desecrate an altar for this long requires a lot of just a lot of strength and a lot of concentration. So if this is a curse, don't want to fight whoever put it down.
Is the water reacting at all to the orb being near it?
The water does not seem to be reacting to the orb.
Oh.
No. But wait, hold on. Are you holding the orb out directly in front of the water, or just standing
I mean, I haven't put it away. I've literally just been carrying it at the moment.
Cool.
Mainly because I want to make sure, if possible, our doorway out stays open if we can.
Gotcha. No, the water doesn't seem to be reacting in any visible way.
Okay.
And you said it's only 30 feet down?
It's 30 feet down, 25 feet away.
Zon,
Yes.
do you still have your manacles?
Yes.
May I borrow them?
Why?
I want to test something.
No. Please, run it past me before you just do something.
I'm going to dunk it in and pull it out of the water and see if any of this black stuff stays
See?
on.
Good idea. Don't just do that, though. I'll hand him a manacle.
I'll hold it
Cool.
by one of the cuff ends and then dunk it in chain's length worth, and just kind of leave it in there and see if the darkness accumulates on it.
Okay. So when you pull it out, there is the dark water kind of dripping from it, but it doesn't really seem to be an ooze. It seems to be more water-based. So it's dripping off of it, but it doesn't really seem to be sticking to it all that much.
Well, we have a sample. A small, isolated sample from the rest of it.
That doesn't help us a whole lot. Alright. Kirk, will this help you answer something if we get it?
I have so many questions.
Yeah, so do we.
Welcome to the club.
Yes.
I don't even know. I just, at this point, there's been so much. Desecrated altar, some kind of weird black water. I definitely don't want to touch it, if that's what you mean.
Neither do I, but that obviously looks important, and for it to survive such desecration for so long of a time, it could answer some questions at least, or at least lead to something else.
So what are you planning on doing with it? Like, how are you planning on getting it?
Good question.
You think this shit's
I can-
flammable?
I
Try
don't know if we want to deal with flaming water on top of it already being desecrated. I mean, there's a few things I could try, though I don't know if it's going to have much effect. I can also swim just very fast, and hopefully not die because I am very hearty.
Well, first we should see if this stuff is actually like as dangerous to something of our size.
Dunk some thunderweed in there and see what it does to organic matter.
Well,
Or in here.
your hand was technically organic matter, and it
He was
died.
also magic, though.
I guess.
Well, we won't know until we get some conclusive information. So, I've been standing with the manacles, just having a little pull of this black water.
So you're not holding it over the water, you're holding it over the side?
Yeah, I pulled it up and then kind of tried to get that stuff onto the side to see what would happen.
When it's dripping down onto the ground, the drops seem to be drawn back into the main pool. There's not like a puddle forming under the manacles. In fact, it's sort of like a small stream that's just flooding back into the pool made of droplets.
Ah,
It's like
informative.
I'll throw one of my thunder weaves back into the pool and see what happens.
Cool. So you toss it out, and as like a little bit before it touches the water, it wilts, and then hits the water and just disappears on.
All right.
Well, that answers that.
Yes, it does.
Yeah, let me try this. I'm going to cast Mage Hand. And I'm going to see if I can get the Mage Hand down to the suit.
So as soon as the mage hand touches the water, it disappears.
Cool. Oh, that was a magical effect, and that just completely disappeared. So.
Okay, well, that tells me I should not even bother.
Perhaps
well-
living things do not agree with it.
Basically, nothing agrees with it as far as I can tell. You can't cast spells into it. Little magic hands can't go into it, both living and otherwise. Plants can't go into it. I'm afraid I wouldn't even survive going into it because it will make my cloak not work effectively, and I won't be able to swim.
I can do it.
Well, would you
I
like
need
to
some
get
time.
very harmed? Because that's what will happen, and now that I know spells won't work inside of it, I can't even buff you.
I would just need some time, but I think I could. I don't. It's water, so breathing water would not be of an aid, but I can hold my breath probably longer than all of you.
I don't doubt that. I'm more worried about, the dying part before you even need to bother about the breathing.
It's 30 feet.
Yes, and it would have been easy for me with this cloak, but for you it's a bit harder.
We're also, well, no offense, but I am stronger than you.
No, you're not.
Well, at the very least, I have the benefit of being able to carry that suit with 2 arms.
I could also do that.
I'm just gonna look at him and brace him around. Just
I have 2 arms.
Not that it would be any difference given the fact it most likely suppresses magic, but if you choose to go in, I could maybe try to give you a very slight bit of protection.
That's what I'm saying, though. I don't think it's going to work, because the minute he hits that water, it's going to dissipate.
how often could you give this protection?
I also don't think we should use all of our resources for this one piece of armor.
It's a whole suit of armor, not just like a helm or something.
I can do it twice at the moment, and it just lasts for an hour or until you are damaged or until it's maybe dispelled. But
Well, I can almost assume he's going to be instantly damaged. So,
What would this protective spell entail?
Would be transferring one of my runes to you.
Well,
But it is arcane in nature, so I doubt it would even last long, if at all.
well, how about this? We test if this thing truly does destroy magic.
I think we already did with the mage hand.
That might have simply been that it was damaged beyond the point of existence. It is possible that the magic itself is not being destroyed, but simply...
Well, you could also say that the same thing for Kara's hand, which also was magical, which was instantly destroyed.
What I'm proposing is simple. Damakos, you use that transference on me. Zahn, you would grab me from the armor. I dunk my arm in, see how quickly it attacks, and how much. I dunk it in, I pull it out.
If you wish, you lose that arm, I can't help you.
That's fine. We know a doctor.
We know a vampire that likes to do surgery. That counts.
So, what's everyone doing?
If you're sticking your arm in, go ahead and stick it in.
Damakos, if you would not mind.
Sure. So I'm going to transfer one of my charged runes, a glyph of Aegis, to him. So I put out my hand and touch him, and a glyph appears on his hand,
Okay, cool.
spending one of my charged runes.
Excellent. So the glyph does appear, glowing softly on the back of your armor.
All right. Progress. If you would not
Not
mind,
really. Go ahead.
I'm going to lower myself down onto a knee. Kind of have one hand on the, I guess, the lip or the ground, holding it as best I can. And then I plunge my arm into the pool.
Cool.
To
So
see
as
if-
you get closer, you notice that there are actually small steps that are leading down, like as if it's meant for people to walk into the reflecting pool.
Oh,
But you can still plunge your arm down.
I'll put my arm along the steps.
Cool. I need you to roll. Actually, Damakos, is your rune. Go ahead and roll a D100 for me, please.
Oh dear God.
It's so much worse.
99. Let's go.
Wow, alright.
Okay, cool. I need everyone that's within 5 feet of Joven to make a dexterity saving throw.
That's
Joven,
me.
you have disadvantage, which evens out to normal.
Okay.
You also have +3. I rolled a 17.
Okay.
Yovan rolled a 24.
99.
Yay!
Oh
Oh no.
And both
two
of them rolled a
spellcasters.
natural 1.
Yep.
Oh my god, you guys! Good
For a
thing you
total
can't-
of wait for it. 3 plus, since we're in range of Zahn, another 3, so 6.
no!
I mean, natural 1 on a save is an instant fail. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Actually, raw. only on attack rolls.
Okay, I remember writing this down on my notes. 1 second.
I'm done.
No.
It's a DC 5.
Oh no, it's not pulling up. Real quick, do you mind reminding me? Are you guys level 10 or level 11?
11.
11.
So,
I hear lots
right-
of dice.
Don't worry about it.
No.
Right as Joven, you're about to touch the pool of dark water. You see, there almost seems to be a face that appears in the water, and then the rune on the back of your hand starts to spark, and the sparks go around you, and you yank your arm back, and you don't lose your arm, which is good. Okay. Oof.
Oh no. Why are you still rolling?
Everyone who failed takes 27 points of arcane damage. Everyone who passed, which is everyone who rolled above a 15, you take 13 points of arcane damage. And there's a few, like the water kind of pushes backwards from it, but then goes back in. Not really any waves, it just kind of moves to fill the space.
Alright, so we're done with the water then, right?
Vin, I'm going to give this to you because you almost lost your arm. You are absolutely sure that you're absolutely sure that reaction was purely because you had a mark of arcane energy on the object of your body that touched the water.
Okay. Well, it definitely does violently react to magic.
Right,
I
so
will
we're done
say-
with the water, right?
And I don't believe it's necessarily a trap. I think it's potentially sentient.
Okay. And what does that change about anything other than let's not touch the water unless you want to die?
I do want to note that the moment Joven took damage from either an attack hazard or spell, the glyph would have been expended and he would have reduced damage by a d6.
Cool. So the glyph was overcharged, so Joven, you actually took 11 less damage. So you weren't all that affected, but everyone around you got hit with a burst of arcane energy.
Each new piece of information we get is valuable, even if it's somewhat unexpectedly hazardous.
All I'm saying is this is not helping us answer any questions right now, and all we're doing is hurting ourselves with it. And I think the solution to this is we somehow undesecrate this statue, but unless you all are clerics, I don't think that's possible.
Far from it. So,
Yes, exactly.
All I have is Purifying Flame, which I considered, but I'm not sure.
I don't know how that works, so please explain it to me.
it has flame in the spell, therefore it's fire.
That I understood that part. Thank you. I'm not an imbecile.
That was mainly
Um,
for our barbarian friend.
It
I don't think he's that dumb either.
It can dispel magical effects.
I think
Although at that point we could probably just use counter spell, but I don't think we want to do that. But Mage Hand is a relatively low level spell.
perhaps Zon may be onto something. We have not searched this area in full. There may be other pieces of this puzzle. And we all yet live, so we can always come back and perhaps figure this out if there are no other options. Because there's not much else to do in this realm. I say, motioning to the expanse of wasteland and ash that is falling.
I want to do a once-over on the stone platform of anything else that we possibly could have missed writing anything that stands out before we go down into these little alcoves where the mirrors are.
Sure. Go ahead and make an investigation check for me.
Nope, that's a 1.
What's the total score?
2.
Ooh.
Then, yeah, I'm sorry. You don't really see anything out of the ordinary. You don't see anything that really stands out to you more than everything else that's already stood out.
Alright, well, one last thing before we go, because it cost me a spell slot, but I'd rather try it and hope that it does something than not do it. I'm going to go up to the statue, and I'm going to cast Remove Curse on it.
So, you place your hand on the statue, and you feel the divine energy flow through your arm into the statue. There's a second where you can almost hear the stone begin to crack a little bit. But that's replaced by the sound of rushing water. And really, when you kind of open your eyes and look at the statue, nothing much has changed about it. You do notice that where your hand was, there is a small crack in the stone.
Alright, that didn't work. Let's continue.
We have a lot of mirrors to look at.
Yep.
Yes.
So Joven will begin to walk over to those if he can from this platform.
From what you can see, there are 6 mirrors, 3 on each side of this reflecting pool. Any specific one you're going to?
All of these are chained, right?
As you're walking down, from just a quick glance, it looks like the chains wrap around the mirror and also like towards the about human height, right where a human torso would be. They kind of go into it.
I think I get this.
Is there any writing anywhere?
So you do see that there is some writing. It's a little covered in dust. There's some writing. There's a drawing of 14 eyes gazing at you. There's some arrows that seem to be pointing on the ground towards the mirrors that do have some writing by them, almost like different pathways. Yeah.
Did you
Kara?
say 14 eyes?
Yes.
Yeah.
Like all in a cluster?
one of the alcoves, when you kind of peek in, when you look to the left, it does look like there are 7 pairs of eyes. Total of 14, 7 eyes on one side, 7 eyes on the other. Well, sorry, 5 eyes on one side, 5 eyes on the other. No, sorry, I can do math. I'm not tired. 6 eyes on one side, 6 eyes on the other, and then at the top above the mirror, there's 2 more, and they seem to be all gazing at the front of the entrance room.
So are they like set up as if there's 7 people there, or are they set up in like a strange formation?
No, so it does look like they're all stacked on top of each other, but with the space between them, it's almost like there's each pair is to a head.
Does that seem like too many eyes for that one creepy dream I had where something with many eyes called me an intruder?
You can go ahead and make a history check, see if you can remember.
Oh, that was the. I remember that dream.
21.
Yeah, this is the exact amount of eyes that were gazing at Damokos and then you.
And there's a mirror in here. With the eyes? If he's saying anything, he's muted.
Oh, I just realized I was muted. So, the mirrors are around. Sorry, the eyes are around the mirror, almost gazing defensively towards the opening of the alcove where you guys are standing.
Creepy. Don't like that.
Yeah, let's worry about the writing and the actual places we can learn about before we go
Yes.
into the one that says, basically, don't come in here, we have a lot of people here.
Not sure.
I go up to the writing and see if I can read it.
Cool. So you look down at the arrow that's kind of carved into the ground, pointing at it, and next to it, like right in front of it, it says Velirine.
It's like ancient signposts.
Well, apparently the arrow points to Velirine.
And it is pointing directly towards the mirror that the eyes are surrounding.
Oh, lovely.
Fuck!
Oh,
What about the
goody.
other ones?
So there's there's one that's marked Low Town, one that's marked High Town, one that's marked Common Ways, and the other one is marked. The fuck is my cat doing? Hold on, 1 second. And the other one is marked Sages Passing.
I relay all of that.
I'm looking too, and I can read.
I can't.
Right.
It's just
Well, the obvious choice is going to the one with Velirine, but I feel like we should go to a different one so that we can figure out where we are before we go to the one that possibly has doom and gloom surrounding it.
Don't the rest of them have chains on them though? Like they are theoretically locked from one side?
Well, I mean, the one mirror that we went to, the first one, we just had to push him out of the way, and that seemed to work.
Yeah, but we were
True.
on that side of the mirror.
True.
Oh wait, these are mirrors. Are they reflective or are they the same pitch blackness?
They're the same pitch blackness, just with chains wrapped all around them, and then going in about regular human torso height.
Kirk, Where did you find the scrolling of Crossroads?
Kirk is he kind of looks up from where he's crouched by the pool. Oh, it was on the southern border of Kel. Barely in Kel. It was an overgrown forest, kind of grown over a subterranean cave. A lot of high grass in this cave. Kind of felt like something was watching me the whole time I was in there.
Right. And you said there was another mirror in there?
You read it, Grim.
Well, we still can't hear you if you're saying anything.
You're saying anything.
Did I mute myself while I was talking and then
I
unmute
think
myself
so.
when I was done?
I think so.
Probably.
Damn it. That's frustrating. Okay. He said, yeah, there was, but it didn't look anything like the mirror that we went through. It was kind of smaller, less dark.
Alright. Well, if we conclude that one, we have 7 of them. If we don't, we only have 6. I don't know if that means anything. So are all of them chained, or are all of them except the Velirine one chained?
All of them are chained up except for the one that you went through,
Okay.
like in the first wave.
Does anything happen when I sort of pull on these chains?
Which chains are you pulling on first?
I'm going to pull on Sage's Passing.
So you pull on Sage's Passing, and there's a slight shuffle. And then after about a moment, you can see it's almost as if something on the other side also tugs on the chain.
Alright.
Like we're playing tug of war with a dead body, or like
Kind of like he kind of pulled on the chain a little bit. So there's a moment, and it almost seems like a response to him pulling.
horrifying.
Damocos, would you like to see if the orb does anything to these chained up mirrors?
Sure, I walk up to a chained one with the orb out. I walk up to the Sage's Passing one.
Okay.
Is anything...
Not that you can see. I mean, the wisps of black smoke are still curling around the chains, but they were doing that before you brought the key over.
I'd try saying... Well, do we want to try and open this?
I would try to. There's nothing really else here for us other than if you want to take a dip in the death pit up top.
No. I tried saying, like, unlock, release,
Open sesame.
open
So
sesame.
You're saying these things,
Baba
and
Booey.
there's really no reaction from the chain.
Add in the name of the gate, Sage's Passing, open, or something.
So when you say Sage's Passing, there's a flicker inside the orb. There's no movement from the chains, but there's a flicker inside the orb.
Well, that was interesting. There was a flicker in the orb.
I mean, we had to call out the name as we were entering the mirror the first time. Maybe the mirror can go to all the other mirrors.
Possible.
Maybe this was just like the meeting place between all of them so that people could come and meet here before traveling elsewhere or something. Whatever this place even really is, it could be they were traveling this place. I don't really know.
Yes.
Perhaps you can try messaging through the mirror and seeing if there's something to the other side, since something is pulling back as I pull on these chains.
I mean, if I had that spell.
Kara, do you have that spell? Because I believe one of you did.
I have message.
Yes, that's what I meant.
I don't think it goes that far.
It goes 120 feet.
Okay, but we don't know how fucking far it is through the mirror.
Yeah, I guess, but this is interplanar travel here. I don't know how it works. I would rather just try it if it cost you nothing.
I would have to be familiar with the target.
Think of...
Skeletons?
Well, could. Possibly, I don't know.
Skeletons
Think of something like Jericho, maybe. Or the body we found of Jericho. Maybe they're on the other side. I don't know. I'm just trying things here that cost us nothing.
Yes, I'll try. Cast message through the mirror at something that looks like Jericho. Testing?
Okay.
I don't think it's gonna work, but
I don't think looks like. Are you trying to message Jericho or?
Whatever Jericho looked like when we thought he was dead.
I don't think that's how message works.
I don't get it.
Yeah. I think you might be thinking of sending.
No, you have to be familiar with sending.
Also, you have to be familiar with message too.
Are you thinking of scry? Because scry will do that.
Well, scry can just look in on something. Which, I mean, I could try as well.
Okay, yeah. I guess you do have to be familiar with them. I thought you could just send it through and then whatever catches it, catches it. But it's fine.
Kind of want to test something.
I don't know. At this point, there's nothing left here, as far as I can tell, so unless you want to...
I mean, I can try scrying the mirror.
I mean, we did that the last time.
No, I didn't do it.
Oh, you didn't do it. Okay, well...
You advised against it.
Yes, I did. I think it would be a good idea not to scry, but to try going back through the mirror and then calling out one of these places from our mirror and seeing if it goes somewhere, since we had to do that in the first place to find this place.
It's not a bad idea.
Try it, yes.
We also, as long as we have that orb, we can also see if we can come back here as easily as the first time.
I would assume we can, since it was relatively easy last time. Any objections?
If we're gonna go back, I have something stupid I want to try for the.
If it's stupid, you should run it past us before you just do it.
Fireball.
No, not
What did
fireball.
you have in mind?
I as a T-Rex can probably reach down into the pool and grab it, and I have a lot of health. The suit of armor. I mean.
It's
Well,
a magical spell.
It's a magical spell, yes, and it's
Okay.
going to either immediately fade or cause an explosion like it did last time.
I
So
say just
back up.
try it.
And the explosion
Well-
was simply, seemingly from just a little arcane rune I put on Jovin's hand.
Well, perhaps we'll see what happens if there is no magic involved. With everyone at a safe distance.
Yeah. Back up.
So that if something does go wrong, I am the one who
Alright,
will
If
deal with
if you want to do this, I
Alright.
will say it's a good idea, I guess, but just
Oh my
let
gosh.
you know I am not entirely sure this is a good idea since we are burning resources in a unknown area.
It's one spell slot, and it's like bobbing for apples. I could use 2, but you don't want any of us
No.
to go down into the pool.
Well, I know that one won't work.
So anyway, back up. Get moved. Is Kirk still by the pool?
Kirk is by the pool, and he's just kind of staring deep into it. His eyes like moving around.
Kirk, what are you looking at?
I think there's a current. It's a small current, but I don't know. I just keep seeing shapes fly past.
would
not
not
fly.
surprise me. I saw
Like-
a face in there.
Saw a face in there?
Yes. The instant explosion seemed to regard me and the mark on my hand rather unflatteringly.
What
It
did
would
it look
probably
like?
been a good idea to talk about that after it happened instead of now.
Well, I did say the water is more than likely sentient.
Okay, but
That's
that
my
that could
basis
mean
on it.
anything. It could be like the ooze, not. Oh yeah, the water has a face in it.
Alright.
Fair point. Fair point.
It's fine. We understand now what you meant.
God.
If you want to try this T-Rex thing, go ahead. I don't think it's a good idea because I think it's going to fade immediately, but
I can stand nearby and help.
No.
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 No one should be standing nearby after what happened last time.
Very well.
Amicus will stand away from the pool, but be near the entrance to the alcove, pointing towards the Velirine gate, but not going in.
I'll say to Kirk that we should probably back up. This might be dangerous. And then
Kirk immediately sees her kind of prepping and backs up towards one of the alcoves.
I'll go near one of the alcoves and kind of just cross my arms and sulk a bit.
I'll go over by Damikos, I guess.
It doesn't work. It doesn't work. It only costs me 1 spell slot. I'm gonna cast polymorph and turn myself into a T-Rex.
Spell slots we might need.
Giant
I
T-Rex
have
standing right in
literally-
front of you guys.
I literally have. I can get more. I can always get more.
Okay.
I'm gonna move to a place where I'm directly in line, so I don't have to reach too far. And then I'm gonna dunk my big old head in and try and scoop up that suit of armor. Fucking
So
forgot what it's called for a second.
I need you to roll a D100 for me.
We know what a 99 is. So.
55.
Cool. So, as your head touches the water, you feel your T-Rex form rapidly shift away. And everyone, you see the T-Rex turn into Kara, and then she splashes into the water about 15 feet. Kara, I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Whoop. 11. $11.
11. So, you take it is. You take 20 points of vile damage, and you also age 8 years. As you splash into the water, you can see shapes starting to swim towards you, and they start pulling on you. As you push out of the water, you guys can see her skin is starting to age rapidly as she's kind of desperately trying to make backstrokes back. Hands are reaching out of the water and grabbing onto her, and you can see her life force being pulled out of her into this pool.
Can
I'm
I
unconscious. And also only like 31.
can I run to the pool and jump towards where Kara is?
You absolutely can. She's about 15 feet away.
Yep. I'm doing it.
Cool. So, I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
$22.
Cool. So you only take. Damn it. You only take 7 points of vile damage, and you don't age. As you grab her and kind of pull her back, the hands are still reaching out, but they just can't seem to find purchase. So less of Jovin's life is stolen as he drags her onto the surface and lays her down.
Yep.
You're muted.
Muted.
I know. You don't need to hear that anyways. It's me being sarcastic. Are we
So
done
I'm
with
in
the
the
water
water, right?
now?
Well, I'm in the
No,
water.
you're both out of the water, aren't you?
I can't
I
hear
don't-
any of you. I'm unconscious.
I dumped her onto the thing.
Yeah.
but-
Oh, you're in the
I'm-
water? Then I need you to make another Constitution saving
Oh my
throw.
god.
oh boy. I
God.
mean, that is how it would go. $13.
Okay.
Zonkar does look unconscious. I don't know.
I was getting to it.
So you take 16 points of vile damage, and you age 6 years. Wait, you're...
I was about to say, that's what I said while I was muted. Can he even age as an undead?
No. So you just take the amount of vile damage as they take what little magic is reanimating your body, but
He
don't
unages.
seem to age.
He unages.
Oh no.
I'm really tempted to go down there. Now that I'm in it.
Do it, do it, do it, do it, do it.
Fuck it. I'm in. I'm in already. I'm in the water. I'm going for that armor.
Okay, cool.
I'm lay on hands in Kara for 5.
All right. So, are you going all the way down to the armor, or
Yes.
right out until you feel like you can't make it anymore?
I'm going to try and make it to the armor.
Cool. So you are 25 feet from the armor. Every 5 feet, you need to make a Constitution saving throw,
Oh boy.
and it gets harder the closer you get. So, you're 20 feet away. You're moving up 5 feet.
Oh boy.
No.
I'm trying to crunch the numbers in my head.
About to be on character 4.
I'll tell you this.
I mean, this one's technically still character 2. 3, whatever.
I'll tell
3.
you this. Right now, you're at the easy DC, and the damage is 4d12.
Ah. Okay. I'm going to go and get out of the water
Cool.
another
kinda-
time. We'll
Yama kinda
tackle
stands
this
there
another
hesitating.
time.
Yama
I-
kind of stands there hesitating as the arms are just reaching up and gripping onto him and yanking. Like you can see almost a spectral form of him getting pulled down. before he manages to kind of push himself up out of the water and surface.
Are we done with the water now?
I'm assuming I'm going to move back and take another con save for doing so.
You're out of the water right now.
Okay, good. I'm just
Unless
checking.
you want to make a con save.
No, I'm good. I'm just like, that'll be for another time.
No, it won't.
I can do it. But
No.
not now.
No. I think we're done for the day. I don't think we're going anywhere now. I'm remembering that I also had a letter I was supposed to send before we left, and we didn't send it. Kirk, are you free? Are you available tomorrow?
1 second. Yeah, sorry, I'm trying to send a secret message, but I can't. Also, like, it's difficult to do both at the same time with this.
Yeah.
Kirk looks up and goes, yeah. Why, what's up?
I don't think we're exactly in a good state to continue going in case anything bad happens.
Oh, yeah, I mean, you guys can definitely head back. I think I'll stay here, though.
Are you sure about that? That you also don't have a key to go through the portals or the gateways. How are you going to get back?
I'm probably fine here. I've got
More
a lot to look.
importantly,
And if
what
you guys
if-
are just gonna be here tomorrow, then
Can I make an insight check? Is he charmed, or is he just being an asshole?
yeah, go ahead and make an insight check.
14.
It kind of seems like he's more interested in this. He doesn't really seem to be understanding the dangers all that much. He just seems to be more like, I can discover more about Velirine from here.
I mean, we will be back.
We will be back, but I don't think it's a good idea for you to stay here. We don't exactly know how safe it is to be here. And you can't even read the language. There's nothing really for you to find here. We searched this entire island, basically, already.
Make a persuasion check.
Okay. I'm going to use my channel divinity to add +5 to this roll, because I haven't done that in a long time. That's a 16 +5 for 21.
Just thought of something.
Yeah, I guess so.
Look, it's just, you are probably one of the first people in a long time we've actually been okay with talking to for longer than 5 minutes, and you have a similar goal to us, and I'd rather not leave you in a dangerous place alone. Plus, we can go back, and then we can start teaching you the language, so that all of the things that you found we can try to decipher.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, then let's head back now.
Please. Yes.
I like how he's just volunteering my skills like that.
Yovin's going to be doing some stretching and stuff just in the meantime while they're talking. And a thought occurred. Can I look to make sure that there are only like us and not a, say, invisible tag-along?
Yeah, sure. Make a perception check.
21.
You don't see one. Honestly, and thinking back, there wasn't a lot of room left over from each of you being inside of that. Like when you sealed the rock door, didn't really seem like there was enough room for an invisible tag-along to be in there without someone noticing.
Then I'm going to sigh with relief.
I was hoping we could lock him in here.
Just push him in the pool. You don't come out till you get hurt.
Art, quick question, Morgan. Being near the alcove entrance that leads towards the Velirine area with the eyes, are the eyes reacting to the fact that I am holding the orb near that?
So I need you to make a perception check.
18.
So I mean, you guys are walking towards the.
I mean, I'm just kind of
And-
standing there. I've been standing there since when
Oh.
Kara decided to try and T-Rex her way into get the armor. So
So you're just kind of standing there and looking around. The eyes themselves don't really seem to be like particularly focused on you. They just really seem to be more carvings than anything else.
carvings.
Yeah, like they were carved in. They're not like they're naturally. They're actually quite similar to the carving that is that carved lyre into the base of the stone statue. Like it looks like the same person that carved that carved these eyes.
So these eyes are more like carvings, FYI.
All right.
Good to know.
Doesn't really help that we can't go through the portal, so it doesn't answer any question. But
When
we're
we come
looking
back
for
here,
7 people that have eyes, I guess.
or one just really freaky looking thing.
I would surely hope not, but let's avoid that thought. Let's
Hey.
go back, I guess.
Real quick, Yelvin, when you're looking at these eyes, I need you to make an insight check for me, please.
Sure. 7.
7. Cool. You guys are heading back?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh no.
His eyes freak me out.
Yes. Heading back.
That's why I was trying to avoid going through that portal if we had the choice.
They look shifty. And I'll be heading back to the portal we came through.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So you guys approach the portal. You see the familiar tendrils of black smoke. Are you saying anything as you approach it?
Oh god. I mean, we should declare the destination. Problem is, the only one I know is Fallen Keep. And that's sort of near here, but I don't know if that's what this uses. Is there an arrow on the ground? It has
There is
writing
none.
next to it. There's not.
Nope. It just seems to be just a mirror.
We could try a couple different things. It could be Fallen Keep, but that seems incorrect because that seems way ahead of its time. We could try Weeping Martyr, Curse. A couple different things. Kirk, has anything in your research come up about what the Fallen Keep was called back when Velirine was still a country?
There was something I could never figure out. It was if you want to return, declare it. I assume that so I mean Fallen Keep definitely wouldn't work. This wouldn't be the Fallen Keep back in Velirine.
Yeah. That's what I assumed. Maybe just try return then.
That would be
Remembers our
dumb.
history.
For the hell of it, I try saying a return.
So you feel the familiar cold pool towards the portal. The tendrils seem to be reaching out more invitingly towards you.
Yep.
I go through.
Head on in.
Cool. So, each of you, when you go through, takes, except for Damakos, each of you takes 8 points of cold damage.
Car's
Unconscious
unconscious
again.
I'll scoop her up as we go through.
Cool.
Oh.
So, she either needs to be healed or make a death saving throw. Are you okay?
Sorry, Robert dropped something in the kitchen.
I'll give her 10 more lay on hands.
Cool.
Now, Zahn, before we leave, do you want me to try using this to access one of the other destinations we saw there?
I don't think we're in any state to do that. Kara is... I can't constantly keep curing Kara from unconsciousness.
I mean,
I'm not a designated healer, unfortunately.
it seems to be affecting all of you.
It is.
I didn't have anything affect
Well,
me.
maybe because you're wielding the key. Or you have more connection to whatever this thing that controls the key is.
Yes.
Right. Alright, well... I think it should be tested tomorrow. I have to send this letter, and Kara is almost dead from her. You have aged quite a bit as well, by the way.
You know what? At this point, it's normal.
Is it, though?
At least I'm not dead.
Yes.
You do look a little different.
Have I been set down, by the way? Have you put me down?
I mean, I can put you down.
Did you?
I'm pulling open the stone door.
I did not. I will
rousing.
put Kara down now that she is conscious, but only
Cool.
after that question.
That wasn't a card question.
A few things. Zahn, you do push open the door, and it does creak open. Very slowly, very painfully. Someone really needs to take care. Actually, no, you guys took care of the... No. It pushes very slowly, it creaks like stone rubbing up against stone. Kara, your pack is easily 3 times heavier than it was before.
Oh no.
Is something wrong?
I'm gonna look in the backpack.
So, you kind of open your backpack, and it just splits. And a noodle about the size of a medium dog kind of hits the ground, and then kind of foots up, arches his back, stretches out his wings a little bit, and kind of blinks at each of you.
Did he have wings before?
Yes.
Okay.
He's had wings since he was born. I assumed I'd put him down before I did that.
Congratulations, the timetable on him being larger than a house has moved up.
Oh man.
I telepathically tell Noodle, congrats on your growth spurt.
Oh god.
There's
Don't
no
encourage him.
Doesn't even look in your direction. Almost like he didn't hear it, kind of just blinking and looking around.
This is all new to him. He didn't respond to my message. Either a good thing or a bad thing.
Noodle?
Kind of blinks and looks up at you.
Ah, okay. Maybe he just doesn't respond to your voice anymore. Well, I gotta gather up all my shit.
Can we please go back now? Oh.
Yes. Put the orb away.
Let's head back,
Head.
I guess.
Yes.
Before another thing grows larger than we want it to. That was terrible phrasing. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I wasn't gonna respond. I was just gonna let that stay there.
No. I'm
So yeah,
embarrassed.
you each go back. I assume drop off the letter, and
Yes, I
that
will
will
give.
end tonight's session. Thank you guys so much for joining in. You all have a wonderful night. Stay safe. Put on your fucking mask, and we'll see you guys next week. Anybody got anything?
Goodbye.
Follow us on Twitter.